it going, everybody? Welcome to the All Around Podcast. Today's episode is episode number 32.
Yep.
Today's date, December 10th, 2017. A Sunday.
Yeah.
We're back to Sundays.
We're back to Sunday.
I was a little nervous, but we're back on
When
Sundays.
you said that, though, I almost forgot it was Sunday. I was like, wait, what? Oh, yeah.
So, Jeremy.
Nick.
We were on hiatus for a bit.
Yep. Yeah, we've been busy.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We've been
It's
playing
a
stuff.
holiday
Things have been
and
happening.
Stuff.
Yeah.
And
Work, games, all of it. Not in that order.
No, games don't work.
Yeah.
Then more games.
Um,
Life.
But all the shit happened this week.
Yeah, it's literally like we took a week off because nothing happened, and we were like, all right, we'll just, recoup, let the news, flow in. And then the news flowed in, and it was just like, all right, so shit happened. So,
Everything happened.
yeah, so we've got a lot to talk about. A lot of it's kind of bullet points, but a lot of it we can go in on.
Yeah.
This might be a longer episode. We'll see how long this goes.
We'll do our best.
Yeah. So we're going to start with something that happens every year,
Yeah.
which is the Game Awards.
Mm-hmm.
And the Game Awards happened, when was that? Thursday?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Game Awards happened on Thursday. We're going to list basically all the big winners. Just go right down. We're not going to say who they were up against or whatever. We'll just say what they are, what they won for.
That would literally be a whole podcast then. So.
Yeah. And then once we do that, we'll talk about what got announced and shown off at the Game Awards, which was really cool. We got a couple of cool announcements, a couple other things in there.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll start with the big one. Zelda won Game of the Year. Zelda also won Game Direction.
Yep.
What Remains of Edith Finch won Best Narrative. Cuphead won Best Art Style. Nier Automata won Best Score/Music. Hellblade won Best Audio Design. Melina Juergens from Hellblade won Best Performance. Hellblade also won Best Impact. Overwatch won the Best Ongoing Game. Monument Valley 2 won the Best Mobile Game. Metroid Return of Samus, or Samus Returns, won Best Handheld. Resident Evil 7 won Best VR, which is funny because it's not a real VR game. I mean, it is, but it's not.
Yeah.
Wolfenstein 2 won Best Action Game. Zelda won Best Action Adventure Game. Persona 5 won the Best RPG. Injustice 2 won the Best Fighting Game. Super Mario Odyssey won the Best Family Game. Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle won Strategy.
Mm-hmm.
Forza 7 won Best Sports/Racing Game, and it beat out FIFA and Pro Evolution Soccer, NBA 2K18. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yep.
PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds PUBG won Best Multiplayer, which I also think is funny because it's not a real game yet.
Yep.
Last of Us Part 2 won the most anticipated game. Cuphead won the most independent, or the best independent game. Level Squared won the best student game.
Most independent. We only had one guy make it. He lives in the woods.
They're just by themselves. And then Overwatch won the best esports game. Cloud9 was the best esports team. And Cuphead won best debut of independent games. I don't know how that is any different from best independent game. But, whatever.
Yeah.
So lots of winners, lots of cool things.
So really quick, I just want to ask you this, though.
Yep.
Was there any that you thought got, cheated? Was there any awards that you didn't think... Or, you know what I mean? I just want to get your opinion on it. Because mostly, this is just for me. I thought everything was pretty fair. The only thing I felt bad about was, I literally think over, 6 to 10 categories, Horizon Zero Dawn was up for a bunch.
And it didn't win.
Didn't technically win any.
I think Horizon Zero Dawn probably could have won Action Adventure Game instead of Zelda, because Zelda just won all around.
Yeah. But it makes sense, because that's usually how it works.
Yeah, the only one that I was kind of surprised at was PUBG, because it's not real yet.
Well, it's real.
It's real, but it's not...
Not a full licensed game.
It doesn't have an official release yet.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to on the 12th, because that's when it's coming to Steam officially.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's still early preview on Xbox.
True.
So, I don't know.
But I will say this, though. At the same time, more people are playing a game that's not a game than any other game right now.
True. Yeah.
So,
yeah,
gotta throw kudos there.
The one that surprised me, though, was Wolfenstein 2 is the best action game. That one kind of surprised me.
I'm very happy about it, though.
Yeah, me too. And then Best Narrative, definitely, What Remains of Edith Finch was a good one, but I totally think that Horizon Zero Dawn or Wolfenstein could have won it.
Yes, especially for narrative.
Yeah, I think 100%. That was a very hard one.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
And by the way, those were all actually games that were nominated. We're not just saying that; those were actually competitors that they were up against.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty much it. I don't really disagree with anything else.
Yeah, no worries. I just wanted to know if there was one where you were like, so happy on Persona. That's all I gotta say.
Yep.
Goddamn fucking RPG.
I kind of knew that, though.
Oh, no, you know what? No. I do have one gripe. Which one won mobile?
Oh yeah, Monument Valley 2.
Should have been fucking Fire Emblem.
And Fire Emblem was nominated. Actually, what's funny is Fire Emblem was nominated, and so was Super Mario Run, and some random game I've never heard of actually that beat it.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah. But going off of that, there were a bunch of announcements and a bunch of things that we had seen. Death Stranding got a new trailer, which was
still more
good. It was good.
It was.
Norman Reedus is running around.
All of the trailers are good. All of the trailers are good. Well, one point he's in a spacesuit.
Yeah, now there's these invisible things, and then all of a sudden he's at the bottom of the ocean, and then he like coughs up like these gross like black roach-looking things that crawl away, and then it's like there's just this baby that's then not there, and he's got like a handprint on him again, which we had seen that happen in the first trailer, but now it's like these invisible things.
Now it's
that
a
are like,
theme.
Yeah, I got no clue.
A theme's happening, and supposedly, I'm jumping a little bit here, but then at the PlayStation Experience, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently at the PlayStation Experience, they aired that same trailer again, which we'll go into more on that in a sec. But what I found very interesting when they showed that again, they said everything in the trailer actually makes sense by the time you're watching that in the game. I have no fucking idea how they're going to explain what the fuck is happening in this game at all times.
Why Norman Reedus is going after some dude that has a baby in a backpack on his with a thing that comes up and scopes around the place, and these creatures that are invisible. I guess they're not supposed to hear you, but I don't know how they don't hear the thing that's moving. And then all of a sudden things are floating, and then you're under the ocean, and then there's whales.
Like the way it looks for me is like if you took like the basic concept of Evil Within 2, but then like got it drunk and had a terrible night out. Like that's what it's because Evil Within does very well of like you're in a dream world, so stuff's dreamy and stuff
but it's
gets
like,
weird.
This isn't a dream
but
world.
This is
real.
But this is so kicked into overdrive too, because there's so many like. Because the thing is, I feel like if you watch an Evil Within 2 trailer on like mute, you would go, "Oh, what the fuck? Oh my, what? Oh my god!" But like Death Stranding, like you even have sound, and I feel like they could give you a dossier on it. And you still be like, "I don't know what the fuck. I don't know. This shit's in Swahili. I don't know what's going on. I'm very concerned. It's still very confusing." So whatever.
So that happened. Then From Software put out a teaser.
Yep.
Which, what does it say? Shadows
Die Twice.
Which people are speculating could be Battleborn.
Battleborn 2. No, Bloodborne 2.
Bloodborne 2.
Yep.
Battleborn 2, yeah.
Which is still, even for my personal opinion, still up in the air. I still hold to my speculation of Demon Souls 2 or a Demon Souls remake, but this for what they showed, I do not think is what it is. Just wanted to state that out loud.
So there's that.
Yep.
Then they announced Vacation Simulator, which is by the same people that do Job Simulator. You're just on vacations instead of at work. Cool. So it's the opposite of what the game was before.
Yeah, they showed one funny clip. Did you see the trailer for it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, where the crab and it's a plug-in, it's a socket. I thought that was so funny. Oh man.
So it looks like it'll be cool.
Yeah.
Then they showed off a trailer for a game that we talked about months ago. From the creators of Payday and Payday 2. It's a 4-player cooperative survival horror game that looks nuts. It's called GTFO. Essentially, get the fuck out.
Yep.
But they can't actually name it that. So it's GTFO. And it looks insane. It looks absolutely, like, horrifying.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of Left 4 Dead mixed with, like, Resident Evil 7.
Yeah. Or, like, if anything, if you took Left 4 Dead but put it in like The Descent.
Yeah, there you go.
That's exactly like the vibe you get because you're in these dark caves. I mean, it's definitely futuristic though.
Yes. Oh,
because there's a bunch of big machine doors and shit. But then you're getting some weird alien face hugger stuff.
Yeah.
Monsters, zombie looking things, a bunch of different stuff. It looks fun. And also the big thing with that one is too like hordes of zombies.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Not just like one or two con at you. Hordes of them. So very, very Left 4 Dead vibe.
It looks terrifying, and I can't wait. Then they talked about A Way Out, which we had talked about back when we did the E3 stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's Ubisoft, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Ubisoft's new game, I think. A Way Out. Basically, it's a cooperative game where you have to play multiplayer. You have to play 2-player.
Mm-hmm.
And you can do it split screen, you can do it online. But essentially, you are trying to break out of prison, and you can go about it your own which way.
Mm-hmm.
But because you have to play it multiplayer, they announced that only one person has to have a copy of the game. And you essentially can do game sharing without actually doing game sharing.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah. So if I own it, Nick can play with me if I invite him, but Nick can't play by himself.
Yes.
He can only play, he can have it installed, but he can only play if I invite him in.
Since I don't own it.
Right. So, and it's supposed to come out in March. So that's pretty cool. On top of that, they announced a new game called Witchfire,
Mm-hmm.
which is by People Can Fly, which really the only other game that they ever made was Bulletstorm. And they helped with Gears of War Judgment.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks really cool. I didn't look into that one.
So, I mean, first-person shooter.
Yep.
Same, I mean, like, even gameplay-wise looks very similar to Bulletstorm in the sense of combat, but when it comes to terrain and enemies, totally different. And I've noticed this a lot with a lot of the games they showed off. Dark, forest-looking vibe, and then literally these ghoul, witch-like things that are like 10 feet tall, but are all punched over and such. Yeah, pretty much coming at you. One's coming at you with a stake, one throws like a fireball at you. Yeah, you're pretty much just run and gun.
That's cool.
The thing I find weird about the vibe seemed horror, but I feel like they're gonna make it more actiony when you actually play it. You know what I mean? Like the trailer didn't show that, but I'm getting, because I know how they usually tend to make their games.
Right.
I feel like it's gonna be more like Doom.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Where like it's like, if you look at it in a weird light, it could be a horror game, but no, it's more like action and blood's going to your face and you're shooting stuff. You're shooting stuff more than freaking out.
Okay, makes sense.
So, yeah.
That's cool. Unlike GTFO, where you're freaking out probably more than you're
Yes,
shooting
exactly. Yeah, screaming at your teammates and having zombies or whatever they are, monsters.
Speaking of zombies, they announced a game nobody saw coming ever.
Mm-hmm.
A game based on World War Z called World War Z, which World War Z is a book that got adapted into a movie, which now the movie /game / book with the help of Paramount is being adapted into a game. No systems were identified.
Nope.
It just said coming soon, but it looks just like the movie. Like these zombie things are crawling on top of each other to try to get up buildings, and they're stacking up. And
Zombies in the trailer look like water.
Like
there's so many
they're
cascade into
flowing.
areas.
Yeah.
Because they show, like, I think it's like they show 5 big scenes that are totally empty. And then, like, 10 seconds later, it's like the fucking wave of zombies.
And then they show,
flood
like,
the
2
streets,
guys shooting weapons.
Yeah.
And it's just like...
a door closing, but there's, like, 50,000 of them.
Yeah,
like,
it looks crazy.
gnarly.
Absolutely nuts.
Mm-hmm.
So then Fortnite got a cool announcement where they're going to do a 50v50 on their Battle Royale thing.
Which is for a limited time, too.
Yeah, not permanent.
Yeah.
But it looks cool. 50v50 sounds pretty neat. Takes the free-for-all aspect to another level. Which
well, and also, too, it's definitely intentional with them prepping for Battlegrounds. For Xbox, at least.
Yep, which, still think they should be taken to court, but whatever.
Regardless.
Regardless. Yeah. So
well, nothing. The only thing, and this is just my thing, the only thing that bothers me recently is I've heard people be like, oh, have you checked out Fortnite? And I'd be like, I have. I played it when it first came out. I heard about their new expansion, but I played Battlegrounds. And they're like, oh, well, they have this really cool thing, and like, oh, I think like Battlegrounds must have taken something from Fortnite. And I'm like,
no.
Nope. No, definitely did not.
The other thing that pisses me off is people are just like, yeah, have you played Fortnite? They're like, yeah. It's like, oh, well, like, like, how do you do? It's like, well, I mean, are you talking about Fortnite or are you talking about Battle Royale?
Yeah.
Because they're different.
They are two different things.
If you're going to play Fortnite, you're going to play Fortnite. You're not Battle Royale. There's a difference. Like, most people don't know that Battle Royale is not actual Fortnite.
Yeah.
And it pisses me off. It's like,
and Fortnite, technically, in that part of Fortnite, you still have to pay for it.
Yes, I know.
But Battle Royale is free for everybody. I will say this, like, really quick, so we don't get in a whole nother rant about it. I will say this. I'm glad there's another game that's doing it. I'm glad they have a community built around it.
Yeah.
I'm glad that for a game that, as gamers look at very quickly, kind of adopted a very established game setup for it as breaking new ground and jumped in early, maybe not the earliest step we wanted, but they jumped in relatively early. I will say this. They're putting out enough updates.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing good.
That I can give them partial credit, but at the same time, they sure as fuck know that they need to be doing this, because if they don't, Battlegrounds go wipe them out like the minute they stop putting out updates.
It's just, I think it's, Fortnite was hyped for so long, and now the main game that they worked on for so long isn't being appreciated. Because...
It's not even appreciated. It's not doing well.
Yeah.
It's not doing well because nobody gives a shit.
Because they put out a different game that is Fortnite, but this isn't the Fortnite that people were waiting for.
It's very weird.
Disappoints me.
It's super weird. I still don't even know how I feel about it. Like, they took that direction just because of where the market was going.
And it's all thanks to PUBG.
Yeah.
So
it really is. Like, 100%. Because that's the thing. I mean, and if anything, like, even if they never go to court, and, like, my thing is always this. Like, despite anything, they're riding on coattails.
Yes. Absolutely. Plus, did you see now Dying Light's putting out a Battle Royale thing?
My god, yeah.
Like, now they're doing
I don't even know how the hell that's going to work either, because it doesn't only support 4-player multiplayer.
I don't know.
Unless they start doing some full PvP mode, which I don't even know how the fuck that's going to work, but...
Well, I mean, they talked about a full PvP mode back in the day.
Yes.
They never did it.
Exactly.
So this could be their full PvP mode. Just... whatever.
I didn't think, like, out of anything...
Although that would be cool, though, because Dying Light, you've got, like, you're fighting against the people, but then as you're fighting against the people, you've got the actual enemies.
I don't know. I still don't know how I feel about that. Out of any game, I just know.
Gears of War should do a Battle Royale mode. That'd be insane.
You know how fucking pissed off we'd get?
Yes, I know. It'd be great. Yo.
Just pick up random guns and such.
Yes.
And, oh, man.
And then while you're doing this, all of a sudden, like, the locusts start coming up and the lambent stalk starts shooting up, and that'd be insane. All of a sudden, you're like, it's like 6-on-6. You got people on this side that are all like working together against people on that side, and then all of a sudden, wretches and tickers come out of nowhere.
Oh,
bro!
Man.
I gotta stop.
I'm
getting too hype.
So essentially, what you want is 50v50, but also all of the horde enemies.
Yes! Yes! On a large scale map.
On a crazy...
Yes! 50v50 plus horde mode in Gears.
Oh, man.
Yes!
That'd be insane. Yet again, coming up with hypothetical shit that doesn't
happen.
Stop!
So mad.
So anyway, so Jeremy.
So Nick.
Back to more stuff that got announced at the Game Awards, on top of the 50,000 other things we got to talk about.
So, Sea of Thieves got a release date of March 20th, which is awesome. Can't wait to play it. Xbox exclusive. That's going to be dope.
Hope it sticks to the date.
Yep. Yeah.
A lot of games. I'm not talking about just Sea of Thieves. There's a lot of games to talk about announced dates. I just hope they stick to it.
Yeah, and Far Cry 5 got pushed back by a month. The Crew got pushed back indefinitely into the spring sometime.
Yep.
So things keep getting pushed back, and it's annoying. Bayonetta has a really cool announcement. 1 and 2 are coming to the Switch, and 3 is coming exclusively to the Switch. Mm-hmm. So we are getting a Bayonetta 3, so that's pretty awesome.
Which a lot of people are talking about, but yet again, I'm not surprised because Bayonetta 2 was Wii U exclusive, at least at the beginning. So it's like, I don't really see why everybody's like freaking out. And then the interesting thing, I don't know if this makes any accommodation at all, but for the Switch double pack that they're doing, Bayonetta 1's only going to be digital.
Oh. I don't know.
Same.
Also, by the way, did you know that that's how Resident Evil is?
Yes, which is why they require the memory expansion. Yep. And that's what Bayonetta's going to do the same thing.
I wonder if the Amiibo would do anything.
I'd assume so. Who knows? Probably my guess would be OG Bayonetta outfits.
Or health.
Yeah. Oh, God. I fucking hope they don't do that.
The creators of Firewatch announced a new game called Valley of Gods, which looks like it's set in Egypt, you said, right?
Yep. Egypt, and Egypt in the future.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the whole... This is going to sound weird. So all of it, you're going through ancient tombs and stuff, but I guess you're going to have, like, abilities to, like, not relive, but, like, look over situations that happened or, like, scenarios that played out, like, in time. So it's going to be interesting. A couple games have done that recently. Is it Tacoma? Is that the game I'm thinking of?
Probably.
Yeah, Tacoma was the one that was from the same people who did, like, Gone Home.
Yeah.
So Tacoma, like, it felt very much like Tacoma when... Because it's really depressing. I played Tacoma, but I actually couldn't remember the name. It reminds me a lot of that. Like, it's like looking through moments and stuff. And I loved Firewatch.
Firewatch was great.
The only thing that bummed me out about Firewatch was the end. So
which we're not going to talk about.
Nope, that's why. But I just hope...
I didn't get the
That's fine. I just hope that this one has a more, like, yeah moment. Because that's the only thing that Firewatch didn't have. Firewatch was just like, yep. Right. And you're just like, fuck! Like a game that's solely based on story, that solely gets your attention, and solely captures everything. You're like, oh, fuck, that's, shit, that's the end of the game. Fuck. What? Like, oh, man. It's the only thing that'll bother me. Anyway.
One last announcement, I think. See all the stars.
I think you covered.
Yeah. One last announcement coming out of the Game Awards is that Outlast 1 and 2 are coming to the Switch, and Outlast 3 got announced for Switch, Xbox One, and PS4.
Mm-hmm.
I am so hype.
Should be good.
I cannot wait to see Zach and Q go in on it.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say.
That was my immediate thing. I'm like, yeah, boys are back.
Should be very good.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So after the Game Awards on Friday, there was another conference. Kind of. PlayStation did a showcase of stuff, which even last year was crazy.
Even showcase, I feel like, is complimenting it too much.
Last year it was nuts. Last year, PlayStation Experience is where we got the teaser for The Last of Us.
Yep.
And this year, they didn't really give us much.
They gave us nothing.
They gave us a couple cool things that were out of nowhere. So, one...
Well, hold on. Sorry. Let me disclaimer one thing very quickly.
Okay.
So, for someone who watched it, they had 90 minutes. They had an hour and a half to talk about what they needed to, present what they wanted. Everybody's pretty excited.
They did a lot of trailer, interview things.
Well, the worst part was the first 45 minutes were purely, essentially, what I can describe as execs just shooting the shit on a couch and talking about profitability and, market shares. Shit that fucking gamers don't give a fuck about and couldn't relate to at all. And they're just talking about, they're genuinely almost having a business-esque meeting. But, throwing in some snark once in a while of, ho-ho, this game's super marketable and blah, blah, blah. It's this is the conversation you have at the business meeting before you actually show us the fucking announcement.
Yeah.
So the first 45, so literally the first half was us watching people just jerk themselves off. That's the best way I can describe it. They were just jerking themselves off. And then finally, in the last, 20 minutes, we get a couple trailers. Half of them were already trailers that we saw either this week or borderline shit that we saw at E3. It was fucking embarrassing this year, to say the least. And hand to God, I'm not saying this from, an Xbox connoisseur. I want a PlayStation Experience to be the sleeper fucking... Like I said...
PlayStation has always had really good E3 conferences. And yes. PlayStation's always doing good with PlayStation Experience.
Yes.
I would have expected more.
Exactly. And, here's my thing. I wasn't expecting, Over the Moon. I wasn't expecting an E3 sequel.
I was expecting release dates.
I was expecting something. And we borderline got nothing that we didn't already either know about or something that was already rumored.
Except that, that's really cool. But we'll get
that. And that.
Yes.
But yet again, I got so burned by how long... that's the other thing that, I will give a heads up on. I got so burned by how long and dragged out the original setup was that by the time they started announcing games, I was already so pissed off.
Yeah.
It finally went
this is great.
Oh, awesome. Okay, cool, this is neat. But, they should have... my thing, I just don't understand. If you took 90 minutes and knew you were going to bullshit and only show maybe at the most 20 minutes of trailers, just make the PlayStation Experience 35 minutes. Do 10 minutes of talking at the most and start busting out fucking trailers.
Or do a pre-show.
Yes! Exactly! Just start busting shit out. That's what we want to see. We don't want to see people just
They're
talk.
probably man, we booked 90 minutes. We don't have 90 minutes.
They didn't even have 30. They didn't even have 30 legitimate minutes. It was so depressing. I wanted them to kill. But anyway.
We'll give you a couple of the cool things.
Yes.
The biggest thing, at least in my opinion, that came out of it was the announcement of Soul Calibur 6.
Yes.
Which is also coming to Xbox.
Yep. And then the thing was Soul Cal got leaked about less than a week before.
Yep.
Technically, we even saw the trailer, we just didn't get sound.
Right.
So, literally, the only thing new technically was getting sound to it. Combat looks awesome.
Yep.
Big fan of Soul Cal. I've played literally every one. 4 is probably still my favorite.
Yeah.
4 or 2. No, I'm going to say 4. 4 and then 2.
But which 4? PlayStation or Xbox?
Xbox.
Darth Vader.
Yoda all the way, son.
Darth Vader.
Please. Seeing Yoda this tall, flip around on his comic. Get out of here, son. Get out of here.
Darth Vader was pretty badass.
Listen, I also bought him on my 360 copy later on, but I'm just saying, day one Yoda.
No, Day 1 Vader.
Anyway.
Alright, hang on. Which edition of 3 did you like, though? Did you do the GameCube?
Oh,
version?
GameCube for Link.
Okay.
Yeah, hands down.
Right.
Hands down. What was it going to be, Hihachi or Spawn? The fuck out of here.
Hey, Spawn was pretty
Spawn
badass.
was pretty dope. Spawn was pretty dope.
Spawn was pretty great.
Spawn was pretty dope, but you can't beat Link.
So, I wonder if they're going to do a guest character in 6.
Oh, 100%. Because even 5 had Ezio.
Yeah. So, can we get Marcus Phoenix on Xbox and Kratos on PlayStation?
I think they're going to keep it universal. Because that's what 5 did. Now, the question is, though, I have no idea who they would pick. Like, I don't know who the new Universal... Oh, God. What?
Cade 6.
They could.
Yeah.
No, but they won't.
But that'd be so cool. Or Zavala.
That
That'd be
would.
so cool. There's nothing else.
Cade would be.
There's nothing
really
else
cool.
that's universal that'd be that impactful.
Cade would be.
That'd
really
be awesome.
funny.
Or like a Dovahkiin.
They could.
That'd
Skyrim?
be badass.
But I swear to God, if I see another Skyrim thing, I'm gonna be so pissed. If I see a fucking Dragonborn in there, oh man, I'll be like, cool, but at the same time, I'm like, motherfuckers. So yeah. Yeah, Soul Cal's known for their guest characters.
Yep.
So I think though, and if anything, it could go really big. Like we could see multiple guest characters.
Yeah.
We could see like how Injustice 2 and stuff, like season pass with multiple guest characters.
I would love to see them do characters from other fighting games.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Well, like how Tekken's been doing.
Yeah, same type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But with the 3D weaponized combat. Like,
oh yeah. Oh my God. Well, and then the other thing is, so what's definitely new is they have kind of this new like awakening mode for combo systems. The combos look way more intense. Dudes are getting bounced up like 3 times higher than what they were in like older Soul Cal games. Clothes actually get damaged and break, which has kind of been in the games before, but this is like exactly this one you can actually tell like armor degradation. The only thing I really want, which Soul Cal 5 had a little bit of, and Soul Cal 4 had way more of because it had actual elements of like RPG. I really, really need them to go legitimate on character customization.
Yeah.
It's a big deal. It's what Soul Cal was known for. On 5, they slept on a lot of shit. I need them to pick it the fuck up back on 6.
And I think they will. It's the first next gen one.
Exactly. Yeah. We only saw 2 characters so far. We're hoping for a lot more.
A lot more.
I can't believe they didn't even show one screenshot of either Siegfried or Nightmare.
Yeah.
But they showed Mitsurugi, which totally makes sense because he's been like the, Soul Cal
mascot.
Exactly. Yeah. Next to Siegfried and Nightmare.
Yeah.
He's definitely the next one on the ladder. So yeah. So anyway.
So that happened. Rick and Morty VR got announced, which is, Swifty, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't even watch the I saw an opportunity to please people.
The thing is, it looks cool.
It looks alright.
The only downside is it doesn't look that expansive.
No.
It looks like if you took Batman's Arkham VR thing and like cut it in half, which Arkham VR on itself is already pretty short. Yeah. So yeah, at this point it more looks like a demo.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Yeah.
So that happened. Media Molecule, which is the company behind Little Big Planet, announced a game at last year's E3 called Dreams. And we haven't heard a single thing about this since then.
Yeah.
It kind of just fell off the face of the earth. I kind of maybe thought they were done and it didn't happen.
Yeah, I totally forgot about it.
So Dreams is now a thing again, and Dreams looks amazing. So Dreams is very Little Big Planet-esque with the art style and the way that you play. And you can play through the levels of their dreams.
Mm-hmm.
But you make your own dream.
Yep.
Kind of. So this game is really cool because it's the first game to do this. You have an open world-esque area to create a dream. But you create part of the dream, and add elements to it. But you're not lucid dreaming. It's just a dream.
Yeah.
So the world takes what you've put in there and shapes a story and world around it.
It should be awesome.
So every single time you play the game, depending on what part of the map you put something on, it's going to change how it all plays out.
Yeah.
And it just looks really, really cool. And nobody's done anything like this. And if this could be like the next Little Big Planet, I'm like totally for it.
Oh, well, and my thing is this too. Like, this is one of those classic, I think, scenarios of like, if they're pitching it, and it is what they're pitching, holy fuck.
Yeah.
That will be fucking amazing.
And when the game first got announced, like 2 years or a year and a half ago, I was like, okay, that's cool. Like, all we saw was like this little light drifting through clouds.
Yeah, it
going,
was
like,
super
It was
vague.
like, all right, that's kind of neat. It looks cool. And then I saw the Media Molecule logo, and I'm like, okay, Little Big Planet.
Yeah.
That's kind of neat. But this is just like, this
Yeah,
takes
their
it to a
first-
whole other level.
Their first E3 trailer reminded me a lot of like Flow.
Yes, yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay, it's going to be one of those like art trippy like monologue games.
But this just
Totally
it blew up.
different.
It was just like, nope, this is a game that like just, it's an open world, you do your own thing, but you don't do your own thing. You
Yep.
just blow it up.
A
and
lot of
it's
levels
crazy.
are like really funny. Like we saw the one of like "Don't hug me" or
No,
please hug me,
please hug me.
please
It's
hug
this
me.
little thing running
Or
around
it's
there,
one
everybody's
character
running
and
away.
everyone's running away
Yeah,
from
it
me.
was
Like
awesome.
there's really funny shit. It seems very spontaneous, but I think that's the whole point. I think the whole point of the game is like come up with awesome stuff, half design stuff. The game takes it from there.
And part of it is kind of like you've got like the Little Big Planet art style. Part of it kind of looks like a Tim Burton-esque thing, and part of it kind of reminds me of the new Pixar movie Coco.
Yeah.
Like, it all kind of, like, if you took all three of those and threw it together,
Well,
it's kind of like what you get.
What you can tell is, too, there's a lot of different art styles.
Yeah, a lot.
And I don't know if that's going to be just based off certain people's dreams. I don't know if that's going to be, like, based off the way you design stuff.
Right.
Like, yeah, it's
But it
going to
looks
be interesting.
awesome. Look up the trailer. Like, if you're going to look up a trailer for any of these games, look up this one and the next one I'm going to talk about. But definitely look up Dreams. Dreams is awesome. The next one is a game that came out of nowhere that I am, like, super hyped for no reason. Like, this game just looks incredible. It's called The Forest.
Mm-hmm.
It's a PlayStation exclusive. Essentially, you're in a plane. The plane crashes. You're in this area. I'm assuming it's an island. You have to go around and try to survive. So the trailer starts where you're walking around and you can pick up, like, the food, and you can get, like, fish. You can, like, stab a stick down into the water, pick up the fish. You can go through...
Which all happens. Like,
yes.
not to sound dumb, it's like they actually show a full scene of gameplay if you stab it and then pick it up. It's not a weird, like, auto cutscene thing.
Yeah, it's not like...
It's very interesting.
It's like, oh, stab it. You just go, boom, and then you have it. It's like he, like, looks at it, and
picks
it's
it
all
up.
first person.
It's very cool.
You can knock down trees, you can build houses, you can build areas, you can build fortresses, essentially.
Yeah, there you
But once it becomes nighttime, these crazy cannibalistic human-esque
Weird
creatures
things.
come out, and then these crazy things with like all these legs and these crazy long heads that look like amoebas going around,
It's
and
very weird.
there's all these crazy different like freaky things that are coming out at you, and you can go into these caves, and the caves are filled with them, and you got to get out, and then all of a sudden they're out in the daytime, and then you've got like these dog-like creatures, and it just looks like if you took
It's bananas.
Dying Light and mixed it with the TV show Lost and put them together, like this is what you get, and it looks really, really cool, and it's coming out next year.
Yeah, I mean, I want to say this. Sony's thinking smart on this as well, because it's another game that is, I feel like, is really jumping on the, like, survivalist setup.
Yeah.
So, like, how, like, Ark or something is.
Yeah.
But then taking as well, so it's like, everybody loves those survival games, and then, like, what genre will exist forever till the end of time, no matter if there's a bad year for them or good? Horror games.
Yeah.
So they go, well, we're just going to make nighttime totally horror.
Yep.
So you literally get the best of both worlds. You get that crafting system, but at the same time, you get to, like, shit your pants all at night, and the creatures look fucking gnarly.
They look terrifying.
Shit looks nuts. I mean, you're seeing, like, one thing come at you with, like, 16 legs and arms just all randomly out. There's another thing that, like you were saying, it was, like, 2 thin, long legs that's, like, triple your character's height, and then has, like, 55 arms. It looks super
it looks
weird.
insane. It looks really, really cool. And the whole thing is, I can't tell if it's co-op.
Oh, it definitely looks
because you have another person there.
There's people there.
They could be CPUs, but they could also be.
I definitely think it's people. I think it's my personal thought is I think it's all going to be all online. This is total speculation at this point. I think it's all going to be all online player based.
Could be.
So I'm thinking it's going to be even exactly like Ark and a lot of other survival games are. Where
It'd be crazy if it keeps going.
Oh no, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like you build a fort to essentially like keep yourself like tucked in, and your fort can't get destroyed like if you're logged off.
Man, so you're looking at like no. So that's what I'm saying though. What if it just keeps going if you're logged off?
Oh well, what I was gonna say was so like, but if you don't have a major base of operation, yeah, they could destroy your shit. They could kill you while you're in like sleep mode or whatever. Or, like, monsters could kill you or something.
If you start the game, it's going to be, like, a 3-hour process. Like, you better be prepared to start this shit.
Oh, well, and I think also the beginning, with a game like this, I think they're going to super tutorial you.
Yeah, I
don't think they're going to throw you in nighttime until it's, like, 65 hours in, and you're like, all right, not that long, obviously. But, like, a couple hours, and then they'll be like, all right, now we can do your nighttime setup. Or maybe you can switch.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe you can opt for one or the other. Who knows?
So that's pretty much that.
Check out the trailer.
Yeah, check it out.
We can explain as much as we can, but we're not going to do it justice.
Yeah.
Check out the actual trailer.
Yeah, just look up The Forest on YouTube.
Yeah.
Sony said that during the PlayStation experience, we would get a retro announcement. Everybody lost their shit. So everybody was like, "Oh my god, Spyro!
Yep,
Spyro's coming!"
And that's what we've been talking about for a very long
time. That's what we're waiting for. But they're not doing Spyro.
No.
They're doing Medieval.
Yep.
Which is still cool, but not as cool.
Exactly. It's the best way to describe it. They're really doing the Crash Bandicoot treatment. It's coming out sometime next year.
Yeah.
It will be neat. I don't really
care.
Yeah. I mean, it's really...
But if you care, that's awesome. Good for you.
It's a cool game, but I think for that type of game, I'm just really sad because they totally missed the window.
You know what I was really sad for? You know what game I was really anticipating getting announced?
What?
PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale 2.
That would have been nice for PS4. Would have fucking turned some heads and made some people lose their shit, but nope.
Yep.
I think what Sony's doubling down on, especially what you can tell, is either like already owned stuff or jumping in on indie stuff.
Yeah.
I think they...
Well, it's because Xbox has the whole indie program, and Nintendo has the Nindies program.
Exactly.
And PlayStation's just like, oh my god, look, you want to make a game and you don't have enough money? Here's all the money, make the game.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, Sony
They're not doing independent stuff.
Yeah.
And they gotta work on that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty much it for both conferences, Game Awards and PlayStation Experience. Going off of PlayStation Experience, though, there's a rumor of a certain PlayStation game having a certain release date, which, if that's true, shit's going to be bonkers. God of War is leaked for March 22nd, which... So let me just recap with you for a second, okay? So there's a rumor that Red Dead's also coming out in March.
Yep.
So hypothetically, right now, if we take the rumors of things being released in March, we've got A Way Out, Far Cry 5, Sea of Thieves, Crackdown 3, Red Dead Redemption 2, and God of War, all in March. March has never been an exciting month of the year. I mean, except for 2 people that we know that have birthdays in March. But
yes.
I'm gonna lose so much money.
Quarter one's gonna be gnarly. Then what's nuts is and even like for mainstream gamers that's a big deal. Yeah. And then even for people like me who go into RPGs and shit, we have a bunch of shit January and February. Yeah. We have a bunch of RPGs in February, and then you even have like DBZ fighters and shit at the end of January.
And Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's
February's
a lot.
dead now.
Yeah.
There's nothing in February. February's just dead.
Well, I mean, it's so close at the end of January, it might as well be February.
Yeah.
It's all in the same week at that point. So.
Yeah, but February is just dead. There is no February. Sorry, February.
There's only January and March. No, there needs to be February. We need to get 2 paychecks at least in between.
Yes. And also Black Panther comes out in February, so February needs to happen.
Say that, yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Listen, I need February to happen so I can get enough money to then afford the shit in March that I'm already going to be broke in January.
Yep.
God, so much shit.
Yeah, so that's the thing. So now there's a whole bunch of other announcements / things that happened. One, we'll go over this real quick because we're going to stream it at some point. The Curse of Osiris expansion is now out for Destiny. You can play it.
Yep.
It's pretty dope. There's a mini raid. It's a new story. It's awesome.
It's very cool.
I'm not going to go too in-depth on it because we did already.
I'm liking it a lot.
But it's out.
Yep. And Bungie did, just really quick, so they did retract their whole leveling problem.
Yes. Yeah, that is fixed.
So that's all totally good. Gear's good. Level up system's fair. Mini, I personally call it like a micro raid, is really good. I think it's very well balanced. I think it's very easy to do. It's very interesting, which I was telling Jeremy because he didn't know, was anybody who's at least level 300 could jump into it. So it's very cool. So if you put a lot of time into the whole just initial vanilla Destiny 2 and weren't sure whether to hop into this one and you still have a couple people to play, I'd say it's definitely still worth it. And it's not, you can probably get through the new raid event in and even if you are doing it new, still an hour at the most.
Oh, yeah.
Most raid groups that literally went in blind were completing it in like an hour and 15 minutes. So, yeah. So you could probably speed run through it in like 20 minutes if you know what you're doing.
Nice. So that's the thing.
Yep.
Coming out really soon, actually in 2 days, is the Okami HD remake, Hello Neighbor, and PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds.
That's a lot.
Xbox. Yeah.
It's a big...
Yep. Okami's going to be pretty cool. PUBG.
I'm so amped for Okami.
PUBG is definitely the big one.
100%.
Hello Neighbor's cool.
I think it's going to be good.
If you don't know what Hello Neighbor is a very interesting horror game where you investigate your neighbor.
Yep.
But the game learns you.
Yep.
In the weirdest way to describe that. Basically, the more you play the game will adapt to how you play it. So it makes it harder because the game will make the neighbor, who kind of looks like a suburban dad version of Wario.
Yes.
He will then stop you because the game will just anticipate your first move or your next move based on how you're playing it. And that sounds fucking horrifying.
Oh, it's really cool. So, like, a perfect example of it is, like, so you can start, like, one demo way to start is if you pick up, like, a tomato and then throw it at the window.
Yeah.
And then run to the side of the house to hide. And then the neighbor will come out, check out the window, clean it up. In the middle of him cleaning up, you can run in and start breaking into shit. After a while, if you pick up a tomato and throw it, he'll just immediately know it's you and just kick open the door and run right after you, wherever you are.
Or he'll know your hiding spot. Like, he'll go to where you're hiding.
Yep. It's very interesting. So every time you play, you always
first
have to
game like it.
Yes. Yeah, every time you play it, you have to take it with a new approach.
Yeah. So it's really cool. It's the first game to ever learn the player.
Yeah.
And I'm not 100% sure how they do it, but it's really cool.
I think it's really just game pattern memorization because you can definitely tell because they have things and items that definitely you can tell like have priority. So like if you always break into the house and you always hide in one cupboard, the game will always recognize that. So like after a certain amount of time, the neighbor won't be looking around. He'll go. The first thing he'll go to is the cupboard.
Yeah.
So it's always very, very interesting. It has references too to other games as well, kind of hidden throughout it.
Oh,
I won't spoil it why or what they are, but something very cool to look into.
I didn't see that. I'll look at that. Okay, so that's a thing. Soma, and you can talk about this. You want to talk about
Yes.
Soma's coming to console.
Oh, it's already out.
It's on console.
It's already out. So it came out last Friday. So it's been on PC for a while. If you have no idea about this game, the original creators of Amnesia, so if you're into horror games, this is a really cool one. But one complaint that a lot of people had on the PC version was the monsters are really difficult that you have to hide from, because it's the exact same type of gameplay as Amnesia, where go through places, explore, but what's a lot different from Amnesia to Soma is there's a real story. I won't spoil any of it because I want every single human being to play this game. Now, what you're probably asking is, Nick, I'm not really into horror games. I don't think I'm going to like Soma. Fuck you. You're going to love this game. Hold on. You're going to love this game, and here's exactly why. So, when they put it out now for Xbox One and PS4, they have a new mode for Soma.
Okay.
Where I can't remember exactly what the mode is called offhand, which is terrible. But moral of the story, you cannot die. which means on multiple parts where the monsters kind of piss you off, or would kill you instantly, or would do something dumb, they don't. So you can purely go, explore everything in the ship,
Okay.
get everything to fully... Because this is definitely one of those games...
So what's the point?
The point is to thoroughly enjoy the story.
Okay.
And even though you don't die, you're still going to get scared.
Okay. Alright. That's cool, I guess.
Now, what's weird is, and I know for probably people listening to this too...
It's not weird already.
Well, exactly. But what you're probably saying, though, is too, is like, how do they deliver it then? Because essentially what it sounds like is just a cheat mode. But funny enough, people were enjoying the story so much, but we're getting so pissed off with the monster fights. Because essentially what you have to do is, you're really invested in the story.
Okay.
And you want to pick up and learn everything to keep learning stuff. But in certain parts of the game, they'll literally be like, brr, an alarm will go off and be like, a monster's coming.
Right.
So you're like, fuck. There's like 3 journals I want to read and this video diary I want to watch, but I can't because a monster's going to come in the room.
Right.
So you have to run and hide, and then you just awkwardly wait for like 5 minutes, wait for the thing to walk by, and then you go, shit, I don't want to read this stuff and then have to wait again. So what ends up happening is you end up just going, shit, well, I'm just going to run to the exit and go to the next part. So you end up missing a lot of the story, and it's what a lot of people liked. So the whole reason this game mode started was a whole PC community ended up making a mod that at first took the monsters out completely, and then people didn't like it. So they changed it where you just didn't take damage, but the monsters were still there, and people fucking loved it. And so much so, almost 35% of the overall community that played Soma downloaded this mod.
Huh.
It's a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
So what's
That's a lot.
exactly? So what's super cool is then the company realized that, endorsed the guy who made the mod, and made that mod an official part of the game.
Wow.
Which is super cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
The story's amazing.
Why can't we come up with that?
Exactly. If you want to know the premise of the game, watch a trailer. I don't want to bother wasting any more time about it because I talked about it enough. But legitimately, it is one of the best story-driven games I personally played last year. So much so to the extent you'll get impacted with this, and probably a lot of reviewers because we don't have too many. It was the best way I can describe like the holy fuck, like drop the controller, like oh my god at the end of the game. Very Bioshock Infinite.
Oh, okay.
Like, but what I love about this one, actually, as opposed to Bioshock, was I didn't have to wait just until the end of the game to get that moment. That game gave me 4 of those moments throughout the campaign. It's very cool.
That's cool.
A lot of ideas, makes you think the entire time you're playing. Could not be more invested. And, like, sometimes a hit or miss of, like, you want to pick up shit and read a bunch of shit.
Right.
This game is worth your time.
Cool.
Can't talk enough about it. That's all I gotta say.
So Soma.
Yes.
So I gotta play it.
Soma. Check it out.
Yeah. So going off of that, there's a bunch of small announcements that all kind of hit at once. So the smallest announcement, because we didn't get anything concrete with it, is Square Enix announced that sometime next year we're going to get an announcement about the next Tomb Raider game.
Yes.
So they're announcing an announcement.
Yep, announce before an announcement.
But the announcement also included the fact that very soon after the reveal of the game, we'll have it.
Yes.
So I'm thinking they're announcing it at E3, and we'll have it in September.
Mm-hmm. Most likely.
So that's going to be cool. I remember Phil Spencer said last year at E3, he was just like, yeah, it's like Shadow of the Tomb Raider or something. So that'd be kind of cool. If that's actually what it's called.
Well, listen, Tomb Raider and Rise of the Tomb Raider were both amazing.
Yes. So whatever they do next is going to be crazy.
Exactly.
And they have the Tomb Raider movie coming out next year, which is also cool, and I can't wait for that. So that's dope. Another small thing, which is still a rumor, but probably seeming to be happening because it's popping up in more and more places. Assassin's Creed Rogue looks like it's getting an HD remake, which I don't want to say nobody asked for. It is backwards compatible.
Yeah.
But it's cool, I guess.
It's neat.
If you like old school Assassin's Creed,
personally,
I like new school Assassin's Creed.
Well, exactly. But I will say this. At a time when the game came out literally the same day as Unity,
yeah,
and Unity fucking bombed
yeah.
the first couple months it was out, and it was technically unplayable for like 6 months, like in my opinion. And Rogue was really good. Rogue was playable, had a really good story.
Yep.
Very, very good, and super slept on because it was a dumb move.
It was
only on 360 and PS3,
yep.
and that was the one game it should have just came out on both.
Yep.
But only came out on 1 to accommodate old gen. I thought it was really good, so I think people should definitely play it if you haven't. Did it need an entire HD remake? Absolutely not.
No.
It needed just backwards compatibility. But I guess enough people on PS4 would be happy about it, maybe? Who knows? I have no idea.
How many people really bought the Ezio trilogy?
Exactly. Very
So
true.
anyways, that's the thing. Now here's something you can laugh about, because I laughed about it when I read it. So years ago, games came out on the PS2. They were called Devil May Cry, Devil May Cry 2, Devil May Cry 3. Then, a couple years later, they got an HD remake under the Devil May Cry trilogy on PS3 and 360.
Yep.
Now, the HD remake is getting a remake for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know what it's going to be called, if they're going to do remake or remastered or remastered again.
Yeah.
But the original 3 Devil May Cry games, which are already remastered, are now coming out on Xbox One and PlayStation 4, remastered again. So I really hope that they don't look like shit.
Well, I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to play them again.
No.
And by again, I mean again. Because I played them on PlayStation 2. I played them on 360. I'm going to play them again on Xbox One.
Yeah, I didn't.
I thoroughly enjoyed them that much.
They
I'm
look
not
great.
I'm not gonna lie though. Devil May Cry 1 is like the hardest goddamn game on the planet.
Do you know
so...
how Devil May Cry came to be?
No, I don't know.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Devil May Cry was an accident.
Yes, I do know this.
Yeah,
tell
Devil May Cry was supposed to be a Resident Evil game. It was
Yes.
supposed to be a Resident. It was actually, well, at the time, was supposed to be what Resident Evil 3 came to be.
Well, that's why the mansion and the whole mansion design is very like
Resident
maze.
Evil-like.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
Yep. It was supposed to be Resident Evil 3, and they delayed it, so then Resident Evil 3 came out on PlayStation 1,
Yep.
and Devil May Cry came out on PlayStation 2. But Devil May Cry was absolutely supposed to be a Resident Evil game, and then they just switched it.
Yep.
So, I still love that. I think that's fantastic. So that's the thing. I guess we'll just do these two quick.
Yeah.
Dragon's Crown Pro is coming to the West, which
So-
is a remake of Dragon's Crown, right?
So amped. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh well, yeah. It's just a remake of Dragon's Crown. The thing with Pro is it's gonna be full HD, like 1080p.
And it's already been out in Japan.
Yes. Well, it got announced in Japan.
Oh, now it got announced for the West. Okay.
Exactly. The
When
West.
I read that it
did
got
now-
announced for the West, I assumed it meant it was already out in Japan.
Nope.
But,
So it's still yet to be out in Japan. The only like weird rumor about it, which I'm really hoping is true, is that they're adding in extra areas, which usually doesn't sound like a big deal. It sounds like very small, but for Dragon's Crown, it's a very big deal because certain areas have multiple bosses and multiple night and day different story path scenarios,
Okay.
which is a big deal. I like flat out any Vanillaware game every person should play. If you like art design, play it. If you like RPGs, play it. If you just like a hack and slash, play it. What's awesome about Dragon's Crown, 4 players can either be local or online,
That's cool.
or any type of mixed match. And it's literally that old school side scroller arcade dungeon. I mean, it's literally if you ever played the old D&D games, like the old actual Dungeon and Dragons side scroll,
Yeah.
the Simpsons games, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. All those, it is literally that, but done way better. Has a fucking level up system and an RPG skill tree.
That's cool.
It's so dope. Love it. Can't talk about it enough. And even Vanillaware game. Odin's Crown's like my favorite game on PS2. So, no, that's very bold. I don't want to say that. It's in my top 5.
Okay.
Odin Sphere's in my top 5. But anyway, then same makers who did Dragon's Crown, so it's very cool. Very cool.
Going off of that, I just wrote this down because I forgot that I tagged you in this earlier or yesterday. Or
Yeah, it'd be good if we did talk about that. Well, I mean, we already kind of knew about it.
Yeah, but now we got announced for the West.
Yes. Well, we kind of knew it was coming out.
Well, okay. Anyway, we're talking about
Now it's officially announced.
BlazBlue.
Yes. BlazBlue Tag Battle. Fuck, what's the US name?
Cross. I don't know. I don't remember. It was a stupid enough title
Pick
to
your
begin
phone.
with. Yeah.
Look it up really quick.
Yeah, yeah.
Because the thing about it was originally called BlazBlue Cross in Japan.
Yes.
It got announced at the Evo last year, which blew fucking people's minds, myself included. And we talked about it on podcast. I was so fucking amped. And now, as Jeremy just said, it got officially tagged for the West. It didn't have a street date, did it?
No. I didn't know it was coming out on Switch.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep. Xbox One. No, PS4 and Switch.
Yeah, that's what I said. PS4 and Switch.
Yeah, I'm mad. It's not Xbox One. Pissing me off. Anyway.
Just says cross tag battle.
Okay, so it is. So it's cross tag battle.
Yep.
We did cross battle tag or
Yeah, something.
no, we did tag battle cross.
Yeah, something like that. Cross battle tag.
Cross tag battle.
Tag battle. Whatever.
Cross tag battle. It's very cool. BlazBlue, Persona, Ruby, and shit, one other one. No! It's the only fighting game one I didn't play. It's one of Axis's games. It's not Underbirth, is it? It's another one.
Under Night in Birth.
Under Night of... Okay, so it is. So it is that.
Yeah.
So it's Under Night. So it's those 4.
Yeah.
Because I can count.
We're
So
having trouble with this game.
So it's that, and what's very interesting is with the add-in of Ruby as of late,
Yeah.
My personal opinion is I think they're going to throw in a ton of guest characters.
Yeah.
I don't think it's just going to be these. Ruby's awesome, and I hope they do, like, the actual cast of, like, Team Ruby. That would be fucking sweet. But just purely BlazBlue and fucking Persona, I'm already done.
Yep.
I'm already done. It's going to be fucking amazing.
So that's a thing.
Yep.
Going off to another fighting game, Street Fighter announced a 30th anniversary collection that includes every version of Street Fighter 1, 2, 3, and Alpha, all coming out on the Switch, the PS4, the Xbox One, and Steam.
Yep.
Which this will be the first time Street Fighter's released at all on the Xbox One.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
So it just doesn't include 4 or any of those editions. It doesn't include 5.
Yep.
But 5 has the arcade edition coming out in about a week.
Yeah.
For PS4.
Which could be awesome. Everybody's getting new super moves. Everybody has a new combo system link. That's actually a big deal. Like, that arcade edition is really getting slept on Street Fighter 5. That's going to blow fucking people's minds, especially people that have been dedicated. But the people that are dedicated already know it's coming out and have been waiting forever.
Yeah. So that's the thing. Grand Theft Auto had a really big announcement. The Doomsday Heist is a thing. Mm-hmm. And this is the first new heist in 3 years.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. But essentially, you save the world.
Team up with the government.
Yeah, and you're flying around in DeLoreans that all of a sudden can fly. Like
I was like,
Fantasy.
what the hell?
Yeah, it's just like all of a sudden a thing. But it looks awesome. It looks like a lot of fun. I really want to do that. So that looks cool.
Yep.
We've got 3 other things to talk about. One of them that won't take that long, so I guess we'll do that first. Next year is totally going to be the year of Mega Man.
Yes.
Mega Man 11 got announced.
Yes.
Awesome. Super cool. Mega Man Legacy Collections 1 and 2 are coming to the Switch.
Yeah.
And they also announced a Mega Man X Collection, which is coming to the Switch, the PS4, the Xbox One, and PC.
I'm so happy. I'm so goddamn happy.
Also, Mega Man's going to be in Monster Hunter, which is dope.
Yes, as a feline skin.
Yeah, and he is all super pixelated.
It looks
so, like a Pixel Pal.
Yes, it looks so like out of place. It looks hilarious.
It looks amazing.
It looks so good. To restore health, he literally picks up E-tanks. It's so funny. It's so awesome. Good. I'm so amped.
It's so cool.
It's gonna be a good year.
How do you want to end this? Do you want to end it with this or with this?
This.
You want to end it with this?
No. Sorry, I meant bring this up first, and then we'll do
it with that.
Yes,
right.
And then we'll do.
All right. So 2 games have updates.
Yep.
We're gonna talk about the first game first. Like we would.
Nailed it. 10 out of 10 on explanations, Jeremy. Killed it once again.
Yep.
Right,
which is Pokemon Go.
See, that's how the PlayStation experience event was. It was like, get ready, guys. So the first game we're going to talk about first. But except there were no explosions. It was people on couches, gentlemen golf clapping. Yeah. That's all it was. Yeah. No. Whoa. Snaps is too intense. It's gentlemen golf claps with no noise. Yeah.
Wait. Do one better.
It's like the world's smallest violin, but with clapping.
So
Pokemon Go.
So Gen 3's out, which is awesome.
Yep.
There's now a dynamic weather system, which goes based off of your real weather.
Yes.
And depending on the weather and the time of day, different types of Pokemon are out. Different attacks are boosted.
Yep.
There's now a charge button for the battle, so that you don't have to just hold it down. You can actually just hit the button. Makes attacking super easy. And then they've also increased the storage for your Pokemon. You can upgrade it up to 1,500 Pokemon now, which is cool. It's not free. You have to buy those like you have been, but they added a new one just because there's so many more Pokemon.
Exactly.
But Gen 3's out. My first Gen 3 Pokemon was a Poochyena, and I'm so excited. Like, I played the shit out of Ruby and Sapphire, so...
So for me, I had a little bit of a funny story with it. So I was in the middle of work, and I was on my break. So I was just like, oh, I'll just pull up. And obviously people know me at this point, so I went through my daily rotation of app games, and I haven't been on Pokemon Go in a while. So I said, oh, cool. So a Christmas tree on the loading screen. I don't usually pay that much attention because the loading screen takes forever. So I put the phone down and I go, oh, Christmas tree. Okay, Christmas Pokemon. So in my brain, I'm like, oh, there's got to be like a Pikachu with a Christmas hat or something. Or like, I have to look for one.
So you didn't see plus on mine? And
No, I didn't pay attention. That's what I'm telling you. So I did not pay attention. So I picked up my phone and I go, oh, Pokemon. Boop. I my brain wasn't even thinking. Because you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I've played millions of Pokemon.
Yeah.
So boop. So I was like, oh, it's a Roselia. Oh, I'm going to catch it. And I caught it. It was a pretty ICP. Like, not amazing, but like 1097.
Okay.
I was like, oh, it's cool. I was like, oh, 500 experience. I guess I never caught that before. And then I was like, holy dick, Gen 3's out. I was like, holy... Because the thing was, too... See, they burned me a little bit with it because I was already got denulled because of the Halloween event.
Right.
So I was already getting, like, Dusknoir. Mischievous was already out.
Yep.
Sableye.
Yep.
And,
Duskull and,
Shuppet. Shuppet and Bayonet. So then I was like, oh, shit. Fucking actually new Pokemon. So I think it was, like, right after that, there was a Zigzagoon. And, shit, there's another third... Oh, and then just a Wurmple.
Oh.
That's all I've gotten so far. But I found, like, 10 Roselias.
Paw caught a Skitty. I was kind of
I saw a Skitty
jealous.
near the area. And no, I caught Seedots.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I saw
There was a Nuzleaf in the area. And please, anyone in the comments, if you catch a goddamn Ludicolo, Lotad, or Sombra, no.
I don't know his name.
It's not Sombra.
No. She's from Overwatch.
That's all I keep thinking.
I don't
Oh my
remember her
god, why can't I think of the name? Lotad?
name. Ludicolo and...
There was one in the middle.
Yeah, I know. I don't remember his name. Oh, well.
God damn it! This is gonna piss me off. Get the phone.
Oh my god.
Get the phone. Get the phone. More of the story, if you catch any of them, please, for the love of God, put a picture in the comments.
Ludicolo Evolution.
Gens.
I did not spawn.
God, that's gonna bother me. This is so embarrassing. It's always a form I see 36 times I never give a shit about. What?
Who did you say it was?
Sombra, which I know it's not it at all.
No, it's Lombre.
Lombre.
Which is very
Like
close to
Sombra,
Sombra.
but it's Lombre. That's
Which,
what it is. Like Ombre.
however, though, that's a perfect thing. Let's keep with that Sombra.
So Sombra.
Because Sombra,
Sombra de
is in
Vigo.
Overwatch,
Yes.
which is the other thing we have
Yes.
to talk about. Look at that. Perfect transition.
See, it was calculated.
Yeah.
I didn't forget. It was all part of my transition.
Yep. Lombre sounds like Sombra.
Sombre.
Sombre de Amigo.
That's what you said when I named my Ludicolo's.
Sombre?
Sombre de Amigo.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
anyway.
it's Samba de Amigo, just further.
I know
I
that.
know! I'm clarifying for the podcast's sake. I'm just saying.
I know
So-
it's Samba de
So anyway,
Amigo.
Christmas.
I'm sorry, what?
It's the Overwatch.
Christmas?
Yeah, it's a Christmas event.
Okay, yeah, so anyway, Overwatch is going back to the Winter Wonderland.
Yep.
And they picked the greatest day ever to do it. They picked the 12th,
Yep.
which is the same day that PUBG comes out. So I guess
Mhm.
we'll see where people's loyalty stands.
So new
Which
skins.
Mine does not stand with Overwatch.
New skins.
Yeah, apparently Hanzo's getting one. I might have to rebuy the game.
Junkrat's getting one. The big rumor is Junkrat is gonna get a Grinch skin. Yo, if that happens, man, oh man! And imagine if Hanzo gets 2 snow dragons.
Oh, I hate you! No!
You know it's gonna be so awesome.
Wait, can Roadhog please be the Abominable Snowman?
That's another rumored one.
Can Sombra be Rudolph?
No, the rumor is that it's gonna be Orisa, because the 4 legs.
Oh, yeah, she makes
So like literally a reindeer already would be very easy.
Hanzo should just be an angel.
Well, Mercy's already kind of got that. I almost fell there too. You gotta be careful. Jesus. But anyway, the other cool event that's going on is Maze Yeti Hunt.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So literally, what it's gonna be is it's 5-on-1, where 5 people play as Maze. 1 person plays as a boss, beefed up Winston.
Yeah.
Running and jumping around the map to get power-ups to then activate your super, and then once you activate your super, you're like almost borderline invincible. and terrorizing the maze, and the maze the whole time are trying to fight them. It's a very Evolve type gameplay, but on a game we like a lot more than Evolve. Bam, mic drop. But
damn,
yeah, it's true. Am I wrong? Evolve went free to play. We all know what happened.
That was such a burn.
It's true. It's well deserved.
It's like,
So
a game that plays like Evolve, so much better than Evolve.
Evolve, yeah,
Like,
exactly.
whoa.
Yeah, that game that people
God,
like.
remember when we were so hyped for that game, and now it's like you can buy the disc for $2.
You can get it for free.
Yeah,
You just
so
get the
like,
game for free.
it's fucking,
It's very
it's
depressing.
crazy. I'm
very
so
depressing.
sad.
So what happens? So it's very cool. Yet again, love the fact that they're doing like fun events with that, and then they're also though still doing the whole May snowball fight.
Oh,
So that's still
back?
So that's still going on. So that's why I love, especially with Overwatch in its second year now, or going into its second year. It's already 1 year old. What's very like cool about it is a lot of their holiday and stuff events that they've already been doing. They always bring back everything.
You think they'll do Valentine's Day this year?
I don't know. I think so. If they don't, I think they will definitely do Easter.
Or St. Patrick's Day?
Yes. Oh yeah, I didn't think about St. Patty's Day.
Can we get a leprechaun Torbjorn? And his turret's a pot of gold? Yo! Yo!
And when you do the ult, it's a rainbow.
Yes! Yes!
A rainbow comes from.
Yes!
Oh,
Rainbow
man.
core! Yo!
No, you'd go like Luck of the Irish or something. Like, you would just
Oh
say
my
something
God.
like Blarney Stone or some shit. Like just something absurd. A shamrock. Okay, there's a lot. Yet again, we're doing hypothetical
I know,
shit.
they could do a lot.
But anyway, what's really cool about Overwatch, obviously, besides all the cool shit already,
Yep.
is so we have the holiday event.
Yep.
And then we already talked about it though, but just like a reminder, starting supposedly in January is going to be the Blizzard skins
Oh, right.
that are
right.
going to be part of regular loot boxes. So
And Moira's on console now, right?
Moira is on console, and Moira is the most broken character I've ever seen in Overwatch
Yeah,
in
it's
my
kinda
entire
like-
life. Literally in my opinion, a good Moira can literally 3v1 in certain scenarios, and especially if you have at least 2 other teammates that can read,
Yeah.
can literally beat a team of 6.
Can read?
You heard that right. As
Okay.
long as they can read, they can literally, those people, and then plus a Moira can beat an entire team of 6. So you can get outnumbered and still completely win and push games.
Wow. So she sounds like she's a bitch.
She's insane. She's insane. I mean, it's like we talked about on the video.
Is she insane in the memory?
Insane in the brain. Maybe. We're not sure yet. That's still under speculation.
Okay.
She needs. Well, the main thing is she needs to get nerfed. I usually hate saying that for characters, but she needs to get nerfed. Very badly. Or they just need to change the dynamic of how the game's played. Which they're never going to do because that's fucking absurd. You can't change the gameplay for one character. But that's how broken this character is.
Damn.
My personal opinion, I think they made her on a lot of maps that were tough to push payloads on. But with her now, it's like too easy to push the payload.
Okay.
Like, you can't set up a team defense because this chick is either super buffing your characters with health constantly, or she's debuffing everyone so badly you're just gonna get fucking dumpster stomped. And God forbid if it's Moira and Zenyatta, your whole team is debuffed. Your whole team is debuffed.
Or their whole team is buffed.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. So, it's pretty fucking
Damn.
crazy. But, so, moral of the story, if you haven't got back into Overwatch, now would be the time. And, like, literally as of
That'd be me.
today, you're going to post it tomorrow? It's the 11th. So you'll watch this on
We're
the
trying
11th.
to post it tomorrow.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
Tuesday morning.
So more of the story, by the time we post this video, you should definitely get back into it, because even if the update isn't out, you can get some random loot boxes to get more gold to then throw into the winter skins, because those new ones are going to be 3K a piece, so pretty fucking pricey.
Yep,
So,
but the old ones...
yes, the old ones are only 1,000.
Yeah.
Which is pretty dope. But I already have the best skin of Season 1 Winter Wonderland, which is Nutcrackers and Yana, by far. And then Yeti Winston's a easy second. Easy
I wonder
second.
what else they could do.
There's listen, we don't have enough time. There's too many things. We'll talk about when it's out.
Yeah, it's true.
We'll talk about when it's out.
Sure.
Talk about when it's out. So on that note, guys, that wraps up episode 32.
Yeah, it was a lot. This was a long episode.
Yes, exactly. Well, that's what I'm saying. There was so much content. And we took a break, so you know what? I don't feel bad about giving you guys some extra video time this time, so you can catch up on some stuff.
See our pretty faces longer.
Exactly. Yet again, a recap. Today's December 10th. Might get uploaded a day or two after.
Yep.
So just so you know, we record on Sunday, so when you're like, oh my god, Battlegrounds fucking butt. Yes, we recorded this before it came out on Xbox, so everybody calm the fuck down. So yeah, so on that note, guys, always check out the subscribe button. We always appreciate it. If you're liking our video content, liking what we do, we always appreciate that. If you want to give some feedback on that, comment section always helps. Lets us know what's going on.
And if you really, really like us, you can share the page too.
Yes, that's very true. Yeah.
Help us get more people that like us.
Share the page, even a certain video if you like a topic that we bring up. If you're liking all the videos and for some reason you don't know when they're coming out, because sometimes we take hiatus weeks, sometimes we don't, hit the notification bell. Same thing, you just get updates on when all that's happening, so that's the best way to know that. Jeremy.
Nick.
We have a Facebook page.
We do. It's facebook.com/playersoftheroundtable. You can go there, you can find all the content from us, from Two Guys One Live Stream, from the ones who watch, and from Sora the Light. So you can click on that, like us all, find all of our content.
And Jeremy.
And Nick.
PUBG's coming out.
PUBG's coming out.
We're going to be playing a lot of it.
Yep.
Where are we going to be playing it?
On Twitch. And you can go to twitch.tv and you can go to /PlayersOfTheRoundTable and you can see any one of us streaming.
Yep.
Whether it's us, Zach, Q, Grant, whoever.
And even now, let's see a call right now. That's going to be the one we're streaming on.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's going to be the one. Check it out on there. We have multiple streaming channels. I just wanted to actually put an official
That'll be the main one,
podcast.
because that'll be the easiest.
This will be the main one. Unless our goddamn fucking lazy piece of shit friends decide to put up some goddamn videos calling you out, motherfuckers. Yeah. So if you decide to do some of that, maybe we'll flip Twitch channels. But other than that, we're holding on the main one.
Yep.
We're hogging the main one, people. So
Yep.
if you want to try to kick us off, by all means, try.
Have a Twitch battle.
So, on that note, guys, we're pretty excited for the next coming week.
Absolutely.
Can't we talk about the results of everything that's been going down? And finally, we will be live streaming again.
Yes.
We're very excited about it. Could not be more amped. We hope you guys are too. So on that note, guys, as always, good evening, good night, and as always, good luck. Have a good one, guys.
See you guys.